Yeah, it was. All right, man. So we'll move on to Luca, man. So look, leaving from Edwards, man, one MVP candidate, one guy that is the ESPNs is comparing events, Kobe and Mike. And somebody had a comment up there just saying that the disciples of Kobe, Kawhi, SGA, Edwards, those type of guys, Kyrie, those are Kobe's disciples. Now we're going on to Luca, who's a LeBron disciple. Luca has already said that he think LeBron is super great, and he modeled his game, and it's true. They do play the same offensive style, but what does that get you playing the style of LeBron versus playing the style of Kobe? So here's Luca, and listen to this.
I do know these, and look, you can take it as my opinion, but it's not really my opinion. I've heard from people, so you can say, well, your people are wrong. JaVale McGee doesn't like Luka Doncic, doesn't like playing with him, and that's why he's pretty much quit on the Mavs 5 games into the season. He's like, I don't want to play with him.
Should have thought about that crap before you signed here, JaVale.
And that was Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd made promises that Jason Kidd did not keep very quickly, and then McGee was like, I don't really care to play in this system with this guy, so I quit. Just give me my $15 million over 3 years. I do know that Tim Hardaway Jr. has recently in team meetings called out Luka and said, I pretty much don't like you. So that's probably tough as a guy who just turned 24, that McGee doesn't like you. Tim Hardaway Jr. doesn't like you. Not so much publicly, but I do know pretty much that Kyrie Irving isn't crazy about playing in this Luka Doncic system. So that's another guy that I know has come out. Christian Wood and him have had obviously issues. Christian Wood came on our station with us and said, yeah, but he's like, Luka yells at me a lot, and I know like I have to take it this and that. I'm not saying Christian Wood has not come out privately or publicly and said, I don't like this guy. But Tim Hardaway Jr. has. JaVale McGee behind the scenes has. Kyrie Irving is kind of like, look, I have no problem with Luka Doncic as a person. I'm just not crazy about playing in the Luka Doncic offense, and that's why I'm not really crazy about possibly staying here long term. And so I do think there is now all of a sudden, and they're having team meetings about this, Tim Hardaway Jr. is so upset that he had to express his feelings tremendously in a team meeting to say how much he doesn't like Luka Doncic pretty much and stuff like that. And so I think that there's a lot of that going on recently. So you've had multiple meetings where teammates are expressing, we don't really like playing with you. That's not really fun to then want to go out there the next day and be like, all right, high five, guys, let's go. It's kind of like, well, crap, I don't know high five you guys or not. You guys don't even really like playing with me.
All right, so that's a local Dallas radio station last year when Dallas Mavs season just went to the dumps, right? And there was multiple meetings, multiple team meetings. This is after Kyrie got there. They were trying to play a style of offense that was better than a Luka system, and Kyrie was helping them do that. And for some reason, I think my opinion is Luka and Mark Cuban didn't want to play that style. So McGee was unplayable in the Luka system. Woods was almost unplayable. Theo Pinkston was unplayable, right? And Tim Hardaway Jr. hated it, and all these guys that hated playing with Luka and had all these team meetings, they got rid of, except Tim Hardaway Jr. They kept him, right? So what's your thoughts, man, on them saying that they know for a fact that those players hated that offense and they're still playing?
Go ahead, Jay.
Why they kept calling that man Magoo?
Magoo. I don't know. I don't know why he was calling JaVale McGee Magoo.
I was like, wait a minute.
He said about it
He was passionate.
times, bro.
I heard it the first time, and I was like, maybe he just messed that up. But nah, he was doing he was doing that on purpose.
And then the other dude came back and called him Magoo. I was like, bro,
what do you think about?
Let me hear from Eric, man. The Luka system. Is that the issue with the Mavs, or do they need a trade?
Honestly, man, I'm not saying Luka can't play, man, but that is the ugliest basketball player, bro. Like just watching him play the game, bro. I'm like, damn, this is an ugly playing mother. But he makes his shots. You know what I mean? But have you ever seen somebody just like, damn, that shit went in? You know what I mean? He play like that. He like shit. You know what, man? And we just had this conversation, I think, earlier today, Mel. I think they just be trying to just boost like one of them players up, man. You know what I mean? Like they just think they try to give him so much shine. They feed the whole system through him.
Yeah.
Like he's just not. He's not that guy, bro.
Yeah, I don't think he. I don't think he is. I think it's several guards better than him in the league.
I'm just
You know?
like, man, like, and it's just an ugly looking player, bro. Like, not like physically, but like just the way he plays the game, bro.
It's born. It can put you to sleep. It's boring.
Yeah,
it can put you to sleep. It's like Groundhog Day. It's the same thing every time down the floor.
Facts.
Five men standing at the 3-point line. Come set me a screen, and let me try to get downhill and drive and kick. That's it.
Pretty much.
It's the whole offense.
Or a sidestep 3 if you go under the screen.
Correct. That's it.
With the talent that they have on that team, if they ran, I don't know, anybody's offense. It could be Mike D'Antoni, it could be Phil Jackson, it could be Pop. If they ran any true offense, they would be more successful than they are now.
I think so. They I mean, we've literally watched Princeton run the Princeton offense and beat Carolina in the tournament, and we've watched them beat multiple teams running that offense, and they didn't have a guy who could make a play for himself and others on the entire roster.
They didn't even have real D1.
Hey, say that again. They have a guy that couldn't.
No, they didn't have a dude that was gonna sniff the NBA combine on the entire roster.
That's true.
He said they couldn't make a play for themselves or others.
No, not at all. Not at all. And they running offenses and setting screens and back picks and all types of stuff, man.
Like it's motion everywhere.
Yeah.
You ever play basketball with somebody that like maybe they scored on you or whatever, but the way they did it, you was like, "There's no way."
Yeah.
That's my game.
I know, Jay. We know.
That's my whole game.
I'm like, man, that was an ugly ass play.
For me, the best way I could describe what Luca game looked like to me is his game is a combination of accidents and bailouts. Like if you look at the game against the Lakers, when he drove down, the Lakers collapsed. There was 4 Lakers on him, and he just threw that behind the back pass.
Yeah,
that was an accident and a bailout. You wasn't supposed to get that deep in the paint by yourself, and everybody was standing out, and you just flung it and hoped somebody was there.
We're amazed by that.
And we're amazed by it, but it's literally nothing but accidents and bailouts because Luca takes the ball, pounds the air out the ball for 21 seconds, and then when he realizes that he can't do a little dribble drive, step back, set shot over somebody, now he's got to find somebody quick to dump the ball off to so they can either 1, get the turnover, 2, miss the shot, or 3, just by some lucky chance they hit and now he gets the assist. But there's nowhere to put any blame on Luca because he's the point guard. He's not a point guard, man. I wish we would stop calling him a point guard.
He's not a point guard. Look,
he's a small forward.
He's a small forward. This is my thing. I'm gonna go real quick, Jay. This is my thing. What pisses me off about it is that it sounds like they've been telling Luca to trust his teammates more, right? And I hate that they're using that term, trust your teammates, almost like, hey, I don't think my teammates that good, so I'm gonna do everything myself. That ain't what it is. It's just you just been a ball hog. But I hate when they saying that they're telling him to trust his teammates, and he think that playing in a better system is I'm still gonna do the same thing, but I'm willing to take a couple of plays off and let Kyrie do it the exact same thing. So all right, it's your turn now, Kyrie. I'll take a break. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about your big tail coming off the point guard position, playing your natural position small forward. And I don't want to hear that all these people say he's a natural point guard. He's been playing point guard in the pro league in Europe since he was 13. Well, guess what? Anthony Davis played point guard in high school too. But when your body changes and say that you're something else, then that's what you need to play. We don't have Anthony Davis running point because he grew into being a power forward center. And Luca obviously ballooned and grew into a small forward. And just because you got point guard skills don't mean you get to play point guard. Kyle Anderson, he grew. He used to play point guard at UCLA. Now you're in the league. You're 6'8". Get your butt at small forward. and stay there. But we can use your talent
Your skill set, yeah.
every now and then. But you're not the point guard. My bad, Jay. Go ahead.
Now you good, man. So the Luca offense is an offense that is predicated from the front office. I think Cuban wanted to showcase the superstar, to drive up ticket sales, to drive up merch sales, to drive up all of that, so he could drive up the selling price, and which he did.
Yeah, he did.
Nice.
He really did. He did. Good point. He did.
That's a great point.
So now the new owners is like, look, man, they're not even basketball guys. They're like, hey, look, now we want that money. I don't care if the city of Dallas ever get a championship. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep running that. You know what I'm saying? So, and again, man, those games where Luca was hurt, Kyrie went off. Super
Of
off.
course he did.
Hardaway did.
And Hardaway as well.
Of course he did. And as soon as he came back, what happened? The first game he came back.
Blew it out. The door's off.
But Luca had a triple double.
But Luca had a triple double.
And that's all they care about.
Right.
And guess what? At that game when Luca had a triple double, I'm sure that 17 to 30 people bought 77 jerseys. You understand what I'm saying?
Probably.
This offense is only good if you're not LeBron. This type of offense will only sell tickets and merchandise. It will not. In fact, when Harden was doing all that, the same thing in Houston, Bean told everybody, "You won't win a championship like this."
He's not going to win that way. It's amazing, but you won't win that way.
Let me address this. He said so. Magic shouldn't have been a point guard. No, I'm not saying that because we had a 6'7" point guard in Penny Hardaway. So if you do have a big point guard, then and he's playing point guard, then that's what he should be playing, point guard, not primary scorer. The primary scorer for the Lakers when Magic was playing point was either Kareem or James Worthy. The primary scorer for Orlando when Penny was playing point was Shaq. Right. So if you're gonna play point, play freaking point. Right. Don't come down and say I want 35 shots a game and I'm the point guard.
Right.
So that don't even make sense. And then yeah, and then Shaq and Penny Hardaway and Magic Johnson wasn't the slowest person on the squad. Exactly. Kareem was the slowest person on the squad.
Unless you're one guy, there's one guy that you could be the point guard and take 1,000,000 shots a game, and he's the exception and not the rule, and that's Steph Curry. Period.
Actual.
But he's not even. But he's not the guy saying, "Hey, look, let's everybody stand at the 3-point line and set a screen for the high screen roll." No, he's not doing it. He's not doing what Harden doing.
He will create his own offense.
Exactly. And Steph can get points. He can get to his shot with the ball, or he can get it without the ball. He gonna score. He gonna get his, but he still facilitates too.
And he's gonna make sure everybody else is in rhythm.
Exactly.
Because he can get his at any time.
Yeah, it's obviously not working for Luca, and they're still trying to do it. It's 4 or 5 years in a row of them doing this madness, and there's no excuse for it. Like, move him off the freaking point guard, make him play small forward. Like, he can't even guard. This is the thing, he can't even guard point guards. Like, Penny could guard point guards. Luca can't even guard him. So the crazy thing about it is when you put him at point guard, you have to put a shooting guard in him that can actually guard point guard. So now you got a small shooting guard in Kyrie or Jalen Brunson because you need him to actually guard the point guards that Luca can't guard. But then the fact that he's not guarding the point guard means, okay, you go guard Tatum or Ant-Man or SGA? Nope. So now your small forward got to be able to guard the best wing player, and Luca moves the guard and the whoever the wing player is who can't score.
The spot up shooter, the guy who's just going to stand in the corner.
Exactly. So you got to move him around on defense and put lineups out there to actually help his defense and guard the people that he's supposed to be, the position he's supposed to be playing. It's just madness. Just put him at small forward.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I know this like a little out the way, but I just sitting here listening to y'all just had me thinking like, man, if the path was different for Ben Simmons, how great of a point guard he could have been. Because he's not a shooter, but he could still, he had the size, he had the IQ, he was a great passer, and he could still go down there and bang underneath because of the size. But like if he would have just
If he would just had the heart.
Yeah.
And back.
And the back. And the back. I think Ben Simmons probably could have drew the comparisons to be like another Magic.
Yeah,
I think he had the potential for that. He had the potential, and that just kind of weighs on me, man. That we won't ever be able to get to see that full ceiling of Ben Simmons.
I'm okay. I forgot about him already. I'm okay.
Hey, do y'all want to call in the way on this? Should we open the phone lines up or just keep moving? Let me know. Put yes or no in the chat if y'all want to call in on this one. If Ben didn't sign with Clutch, yeah.
Ooh, hey, Clutch is looking like a cult at this point.
Yeah.
Rich Boy Rob and Paul's dude named Dick Williams been going at it in the comments, comparing Richard Williams.
Richard Williams.
They've been going at it in the comments about Vince Carter being better than LeBron. And Rich Boy Rob said Vince ain't even the greatest Raptor. How y'all feel about that?
Who's the greatest Raptor?
Wow, who is
I
know nobody's thinking Kawhi because Kawhi is not the greatest Raptor.
Please tell me who the greatest Raptor is.
I need to know. Maybe you might have an argument for Chris Bosh. Maybe.
Bosh. But DeRozan, they love DeRozan in Canada if he's calling from there.
Honestly, who's their first pick? Damon Stoudemire. You got Damon, you got Vince, you got T-Mac, you got Bosh, you got Kawhi, you got DeRozan. That's might who they be talking about. They might be talking about DeRozan.
They probably talking about
maybe it's DeRozan.
They're talking about
I could see DeRozan. I almost forgot DeRozan was a Raptor. He didn't been so long in two other spots already.
You ain't gonna put Lowry on it?
Hakeem on one leg. That's
crazy. you ain't gonna talk about Mr. Lowry?
Lowry is the fan favorite. He's the people's champ.
I think there's an argument. I think there's a debate between Vince and DeRozan, for sure.
But it's easily Vince.
Vince was cold, bro. Vince was cold, man. Yeah. Come on.
We're not talking about the best player. We're talking about the best Raptor.
Nah, it's easy.
Best Raptor, I think, is Vince.
For their time in Toronto, if you're only looking at their time in Toronto, it's easily Vince.
And that's the young
first round.
Huh?
DeMar DeRozan took them to the conference finals twice.
I need
they had the best record in the league. He had a coach of the year. Yeah. They couldn't get past LeBron. Yeah.
LeBron.
Yeah, that LeBron is something else, ain't he?
Oh, bro, I don't know, bro.
Vince about 20 miles. Hey, Slim just I'm pretty sure Slim got an I hate LeBron tattoo somewhere.
Yeah, he do.
Yo, what is
hey, John,
he got a 23 upside down.
Thanks for the super chat, man. Accidental basketball is exactly how I describe the modern NBA. I'm enjoying the content also. Thanks, appreciate it.
Appreciate you, John.
Yeah, that's how Kobe described it as well. He described it as accidental basketball.
I mean, because it is like, you know, it's a lot of ISO ball, and it's a lot of when you get trapped into a situation, you bail out, and it just so happens everybody else is just you got to be some kind of skill nowadays to be in the league. So somebody around you is probably going to be able to hit that shot or hit a bucket or do something, and it looks amazing. It's like, oh wow, he's stumbling and he passes it out, and that was a beautiful pass. He planned that. No, and the comparison between Luca and LeBron that's cool, but the edge I give LeBron is that LeBron's IQ is otherworldly. Like LeBron really runs the offense, honestly. Like, and he studies.
But it's his offense. I'm not giving him credit for it. He's smart. All top 10, 15 players of all time all have a high IQ, but I'm not giving him credit for running the offense. It's his offense. That's just like when Peyton Manning go from the Colts to the Broncos and be like, oh man, it's his offense. Of course he can tell you where you're supposed to be at. It's his offense. He's been perfecting it over the years. It's his offense. Hey, LeBron, where am I supposed to be at on your LeBron system?
The corner.
Nobody knows but LeBron. Nobody knows but LeBron. It's wherever I tell you to go.
But at least that's what's going on in LA.
No,
Everybody in Dallas is like, I'm gonna just stand here and be like,
the players that's around him actually got to be just as smart or smarter than LeBron because they got to read him. They're reading LeBron. It's crazy, man. Like we just
that's a good comment right there.
What's that? High IQ. That's the one you're talking about right there. Me too. I saw it too. High IQ should result in other players getting better. Is that the case?
Not fact.
In LeBron's or Luca's? No. I don't think so.
Phone lines is open. Let's hear what y'all got to say, man. Y'all call in, man. Phone lines open. We'll open it up for about 2 or 3 minutes real quick, and then we'll move on so we can catch up on time. But yeah, phone lines is open, man. Call in real quick. Phone number right there.
If we using that criteria, man, I don't think LeBron has really made anybody better.
I wouldn't say that.
What's the definition of making somebody better? What's the definition of that?
Compare. I can give you an example of what my thoughts are. Do you feel like Mike made Scottie better?
I do.
Yeah,
I do too.
Yeah, I can tell you right off the top of my head, 2 people that LeBron made better.
Okay.
B.I. and Kyle Kuzma.
By trading them?
Yep.
By getting
because I was about to say, unless it was a delayed effect, a slow fuse, and that shit took effect years later. But like in the moment, I think because if we think about it, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh were already great. Kyrie Irving already great. Anthony Davis, I don't know where we want to put him, but he was already, he was already great because he was doing his thing in New Orleans, right? Mm-hmm. So what did LeBron, bring to them that elevated their game? Or and honestly, we could flip it. I feel like the people that LeBron played with made LeBron better.
I would
say Shaq definitely made Kobe better though. And I'll tell you how.
All right, go ahead.
I'll tell you how. Kobe's will to be the best and Kobe's will to be the best player on his team. Like,
I get
Kobe wouldn't sit back and be Robin. You understand what I'm saying? He did it year 1, but by year 3, Kobe was already saying that this is going to be my team all the time. He need me in the closer. Your best player should close out games. You need me to close this game out. So I'm better than you anyway, and you keep getting fat. So go to Miami.
Which is interesting because LeBron needed Kyrie to close out games. He needed Wade to close out games, and even when they won in 2020, Anthony Davis was closing games out.
Anthony Davis was on a stretch that's
when he was top 5 player in the league right there.
Because he had that 3-month burst.
Your best player should be your closer, in my opinion.
Yeah. But I will say this: now that we mentioned all the names, I do think LeBron has made AD better by being tougher and stop being a hoe. I think he put some of that in LeBron. I mean in AD. So I would say he made AD better. He made AD better.
He can't.
But one out of how many stars he's played with.
Now you're moving the goalpost, Chris. You just said he made nobody better. We gave you one. Leave it alone.
No, Mel said he made him better. I said he didn't make him better. I said everybody else made him better. But I'm saying to Mel's point that if that's the one that you want to say, that's one person out of how many people he's played with.
I think he's made everybody better he's ever played with.
Of course you do.
Here we go.
Of course you do. Did he make that? Hold on. Did he make Daniel Gibson better?
No, let me ask you a question.
Hold on. Did he make Daniel Gibson better? Did he make Mo Williams better? Did he make J.R. Smith better?
Man. Come on.
No, you said everybody, right? You said everybody. Did he make Shane?
You gonna go that back? You gonna go back that far?
Did he make Shane Battier better? Did he make Birdman better? Man. Did he make what's his name? Joel Anthony? Did he make him better? I could go on forever, brother.
He really put Joel. Okay, it's cool.
You said everybody.
No, I'm just saying everybody. Hey, y'all know them early LeBron teams wouldn't have been nowhere without LeBron.
Of course.
They was nowhere with LeBron.
That was in the finals, bro.
Come on.
One time. You said hold on. You said
talking to Chris right now.
You said those early LeBron teams, right?
LeBron teams.
series.
The first 7 years he made the finals one time and got swept.
Okay.
And I don't like how they just points out on all those dudes' names on the Cavs like they wasn't good ball players because they were.
Man, they said the coach was trash. They said the players was trash. Everything, man.
You know what?
Everything.
Name a team though. Name a team though that the team before he got there, the team wasn't in contention.
Say that
Philly
again?
and AI.
Huh?
Philly and AI.
I got that. Yeah, I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Who did he play? The team that he was on when he went to Miami, he went back to Cleveland, then he went to LA. How did he make those teams better?
By bringing a lot of help with him.
And if he had made them better, actually, when he left, they would have still been competitive.
Wade was already in Miami. What are you talking about? Miami was already
right. Yeah. So if you got Wade in Miami,
or was they winning before LeBron got there? Before Shaq,
the year before? No.
After Shaq's departure, what did they do?
They was in the playoffs. With just Wade.
Championships again.
They were in the play. Listen, we're not arguing that LeBron wasn't a top 3 and sometimes number 1 player in the league. So any team that asks the number 1 or the top 3 player in the league is going to be better. However, or top 10. But if you're trying to give him credit for the success that the Heat had, you got to understand he brought Bosh with him, and now it's me, a top 1 or 2 player in the league, with a top 3 player at his position at Bosh, adding it to a top 2 player at his position at Wade,
and a top shooter at his position with Ray Allen. He strategically put this team together, even though he had to leave Cleveland to go. He knew what he was doing. Everybody knew what he was doing. I'm going to play with another guy who is at the top of the top, and then I'm bringing in another guy who was the best player on his team, averaging 22 and 10 for 6 years. In Bosh, you're supposed to win. You're supposed to win. You're supposed to. So I don't think he made anybody on that Heat team better.
He didn't.
That was already established. Every player was already an all-star that he asked to come help him.
Now he made Mario Chalmers bitter.
Yeah, he made him bitter.
Mario Chalmers they still don't like LeBron. Hey, but you know what's funny though, Jay? Wade has a podcast now. His first episode dropped 2 days ago. And the first episode was actually hold on. The first we're about to get into Wade and pause real quick. But the first episode was the day before they all went into the Hall of Fame. So it was Dirk, Tony Parker, and Paul Gasol all on the podcast with them. And they was talking about a bunch of stuff. And when they got to Dirk and they was talking about Luca, Dirk said that Luca is carrying the torch for Dallas now, and I'm glad to see another European player be this good. And he said something about him being better than him, and Tony Parker said, "No, I'm sorry." He cut him off. He said, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Luka is not better than Dirk. I'm sorry."
And he's not.
And Dirk was like Dirk didn't know what to say. He was like, okay, and he just kept talking. And Tony was like, "Nah." He tried to clean it up a little bit after that. And was like, "Look, man, I measure stuff. I measure success and greatness by rings." But that's what he said. But what he really meant is, no, man, it's a hype train. He knows it's a hype train, man.
And with Tony Parker being an international guard, he knows.
He definitely knows.
He knows.
Yeah, I don't like I hate how the dude look playing basketball, man.
It's
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
It's not, and for people who really know and love basketball, it's a stain on the game. Honestly, I can't watch a Dallas game because as much as I want to see Kyrie and as much as I want to see Tim Hardaway Jr., I want to see the actual Mavericks team. I can't because it's oversaturated with just LUKA-BALL. I turn the channel.
Hey Chris, me and Melvin just talking about this earlier today, right? Luca is a comparison of the Josh Allen in the NFL.
Yeah.
That's why everything Josh Allen do, boy.
It's amazing.
Oh my God,
it's amazing.
Allen.
Oh, don't worry. We won't have to see Josh Allen much longer.
Hey, so okay, to that point, right? So to that point,
killing me with Josh Allen.
I got a question for y'all. To that point, right? If Luca is Josh, Yeah, you can make an argument that any top 10 all-time player was allowed to team hop while joining prime all-stars would have a super impressive resume.
Of course,
John,
No,
you
that's,
own it.
that's a fact.
that's
Fact.
true. Because
Well, we can't just put LeBron in there now. We got to put a whole lot of people in there.
no, I'm saying what he's saying
okay.
is if anybody in the top 10, if they decided they wanted to jump team to team and then bring all-star help with them, you know what that does is, number one, your co-star never ages out. Like with Scottie Pippen, he got to an age where his back and his foot was messing with him. So Michael Jordan got a co-star. Now if players like Michael Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, if they like superheroes that last longer than everybody, their co-star is not the same. So when your co-star is very important. People being a co-star is getting older every year and getting more beat up, and you making deep playoff runs with this co-star. It'd be nice to switch him out for a younger one. But Michael Jordan didn't do that. He just kept playing with his co-star. His co-star got older and aged out, and then they eventually retired. What LeBron is saying is, I'm sorry, Wade, your knees is bad. I'm still trying to get more rings. I can't have you as my co-star. He went and got a younger guy in Kyrie and did the same thing. And then when Kyrie didn't want to play with him no more, he went and got a younger guy in AD and did the same thing. So he continues to be superhero, but his co-star gets younger every 4 years.
Yeah, that's sound a whole lot like Kevin Durant too.
I was just about to say this is going to pain me.
I'm so happy somebody else said it.
But Kevin Durant is not in the discussion, in the conversation with Kobe and Mike. The only reason why this is brought up for LeBron is because he's being compared to two guys who didn't do that.
Okay,
I
get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
That's a good point. Good point.
Yeah, but Durant is doing it, and it's not materializing in the rings too.
Sure,
Exactly.
and nobody has him in the discussion. He's not in the discussion.
Right.
LeBron is somehow in the discussion. He shouldn't be there.
Well, I mean, you got to bring up LeBron.
Well, I don't know if he shouldn't be there. I mean, you can have a discussion about the greatest rapper of all time and put LL in the discussion. Now, you can't say he shouldn't be there. You can say that we can eliminate him from the discussion very early.
Okay, that's fair.
That
was real political, but it was fair. It was a true statement.
Yeah, but to what my question was before that super chat. Shout out John for that, by the way. If Luca can be compared to Josh Allen, then who would be the Dak Prescott, the person that does the same thing but gets all the heat?
No, they don't do the same thing.
They got the same stats. They do.
Yeah, they don't do the same thing. One of them running and passing.
Well,
okay, yeah, that's true. Dak
don't do no run. Would be somebody who has a great regular season and then don't show up in where it matters the most. And one would call that Steph Curry.
Nah,
in the early finals. He didn't show up to the last finals.
I'm gonna go with what Eric went with it. He said this earlier. He said if Josh Allen is the running quarterback that also passes, that get all the hype, he said the equivalent of that, the opposite of that would be Lamar Jackson. So in the NBA, if Luca was Josh Allen, that would mean Anthony Edwards would be Lamar Jackson.
Right.
I can see that.
I
can see that.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, that's a good comparison.
That was good.
Yeah, because I swear to God, everything Josh Allen do, man, they be like, oh my God.
Hey, Slim, man, you're gonna have to tell us what LeBron did to you, man.
Yeah, hey, Slim, yeah, man. Hey, man, look, go get some therapy with you.
There must be a dark web tape of him getting dunked on by LeBron back in the day or something.
Yeah, something.